Most people say women are attracted to strong men. That's only partially true. What they actually respond to is emotional stability. Strength can create excitement, but stability creates safety. And long-term attraction depends far more on safety than excitement. In the early stages of dating, intensity often works. Fast replies, consistent attention, strong emotional expression. It feels passionate. It feels decisive. And in the beginning, that intensity can create momentum. But intensity and stability are not the same thing. Intensity raises emotional temperature. Stability regulates it. A man who operates from anxiety often doesn't realize it. He believes he is being attentive. He believes he is showing interest. But underneath the behavior, there is urgency. He monitors response times. He analyzes tone shifts. He adjusts his behavior based on subtle changes in her mood. His emotional state becomes reactive to her level of engagement, and that reactivity is felt, not logically, not consciously, but emotionally. When a man becomes emotionally dependent on feedback, the interaction changes. Instead of two independent people choosing each other, it becomes one person stabilizing the other. This is where subtle pressure begins, not because he demands reassurance directly, but because his nervous system is asking for it. Women often describe this feeling indirectly. They say things like, "It feels like too much. I feel pressured. I don't know why, but something feels off." What they are reacting to is not interest, it's instability. Now compare that to a secure man. A secure man also shows interest. He texts, he plans, he invests. But his internal state does not fluctuate based on microsignals. If she replies slower, his pace does not accelerate. If she seems distant one day, he does not compensate with more intensity. His rhythm stays consistent. That consistency communicates something powerful. I am here because I choose to be here, not because I need reassurance. This creates a completely different emotional environment. In one scenario, she feels subtly responsible for maintaining his emotional balance. In the other, she feels free to experience the connection without managing it. Attraction grows more easily in the second environment, because emotional safety and autonomy are present at the same time. There's an important concept here: emotional containment. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings. It means being able to experience emotion without projecting instability outward. A secure man can feel uncertainty without acting urgently. He can feel attraction without overextending. He can feel distance without panicking. That internal regulation changes everything. When a man tries to increase attraction through pressure, he unintentionally decreases it. Because pressure removes autonomy, and autonomy is a key component of desire. Desire cannot exist where someone feels emotionally cornered. This is why chasing after distance often amplifies it. When she pulls back and he increases pursuit, the signal becomes clear. I am unsettled by your distance. That unsettled energy creates more space, not less. On the other hand, when distance is met with calm consistency, the dynamic shifts. Her nervous system does not register threat. It registers stability, and stability allows curiosity to return naturally. Many men misinterpret this process. They think they need better lines, better timing, better strategy. But attraction at this level is not about tactics, it's about emotional structure. Are you operating from self-containment, or are you seeking regulation through her responses? That difference determines whether you feel grounded or reactive, and that feeling is sensed long before it is analyzed. None of this means you should become detached or indifferent. Indifference is not security, it's avoidance. Security means you are fully capable of connection without depending on it to regulate your emotional state. When you remove urgency, you remove pressure. When you remove pressure, you restore space. And in space, attraction has room to grow. The goal is not to appear confident. The goal is to become emotionally stable, not to control her perception, but to regulate your own internal state. Because the more stable you are internally, the less you need to manage the external dynamic. And paradoxically, that's what makes the dynamic stronger. If you're looking for a more structured psychological breakdown of how emotional stability influences attraction patterns, there's a resource linked below that expands on this framework. No pressure, just deeper understanding. Because the shift isn't about doing more, it's about stabilizing better.